All right, everybody. This is your boy Maiwan at Dash Radio with the lovely, the talented, the beautiful, the incredible Blac Chyna.
Ooh,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
We are hyped to have you here. So first, I gotta congratulate you. I gotta say happy birthday to Dream.
Dreamy, thank you. She just turned 5.
Like a week ago, right? Something?
Well, 8 days.
How was that?
A few days.
Did you guys have a good time? You go to
we had
Chuck
a really
E.
good
Cheese
time.
Or something?
No, not Chuck E. Cheese. I just did something like really intimate for her. You know, like with Dreamy, she always like wants to do everything like the same as like King. So I had to make sure I had to get her a laptop, and it had to be silver, of course. And then she wanted a drone.
Drone?
A drone. So
she is 5 years old.
Yeah, I put the batteries in and did all that, and it went boop, bop, and I was like, okay, Dream. We might have to do some practice with this, but yeah.
Well, isn't it amazing? I think I wanted to say I'm so in awe of your journey and how you've been, everything you came up from DC, going to Miami, having to grind, getting here to LA. It was all for you to be able to provide everything for King and Dream, you know?
Yeah.
And you've done it. You can give them whatever they want.
Whatever they want, whatever. You know what's funny? Like, my kids, like, I know for a fact that they know that we have it, but they're not like the type of kids where it's like, give me, give me, give me. Like, they're really like humble and things like that. Like, honestly, like right now, I had like boxes, right? Like, you know, like packing boxes and stuff, because I was like trying to clean out my closet. And they like literally hustle me like for my boxes so they could do like creations and things with it. And I'm like, y'all have like all these different things that y'all have access to, and they want to play with boxes, but it makes me happy because it just shows me like the type of parent that I am.
Absolutely. Yeah. That must be tough because you want to give them the world, but you can't give them everything, right? Because then
they want boxes.
They
want boxes. They want boxes, like simple kid things. And I feel like, you know, a lot of times like people like try to like grow up their kids, and like my whole situation is like I want them to continue to have like their imagination and cutting up things and wanting to go to Target to go get tape and getting like, you know, like the laptop so they can like work on like the typing skills and programming and different things of that sort. And not like, okay, because you have like a celebrity kid or children, put them in modeling and like burn them out and like post them on Instagram a lot. So I just keep them like in their own bubble until like they're ready, because they're already like into it. Like, and it already is like is already there. So
much camera time already, right?
So I don't want to be doing it today.
Grow up as normal as they can.
Exactly, right? Like, yeah.
Well, man, I gotta say, your music, your journey as an artist, you started in 2017, right? But you have roots in music. Where I remember my first like, oh shit, that's Chyna moment was the Monster video. Because I remember watching that and being like, yo, these visuals are fucking crazy. Nicki is literally like hugging herself, touching herself, rapping on herself. That was you though.
That was me.
What was that day like? You were there with Ye. Was Jay there? Because everyone was on that song.
You know what? They wasn't there, but I remember like pulling up and I seen like the trailers, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And it was just only me by myself, and it was like a warehouse, and they had to like tie me up and put a bag over my head. I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird because I'm around like all men, which was kind of like.
Wait, Nicki was not there?
She was there, but like before she even came on set.
Oh.
So they're like, okay, so this is what we're doing. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, time out. I was kind of scared. But then like when she came, like it was like really smooth. She was super sweet. And then like after that, like we just got super cool.
That's so dope.
And like this is like Nicki Minaj.
You played it so perfectly when they took it off.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, that's a motherfucking monster dude. Like you really embodied that Nicki energy very well.
Yeah.
And then you had another dope music moment with Nicki. You had one of my favorite Nicki bars was, you know, essentially in your name. She said, I got the black Lamborghini just to race with Chyna, in the race with Chyna, just to race to Chyna.
Yeah.
Did she call you when she wrote that, or did you hear that the first time when it came out?
No, I heard it. I heard it, and I was like, what?
How lit were you? I would have been screaming.
Super lit, like super lit. But you know what's so crazy, and what not so crazy, which is like wild and like cool, is that she actually like mentioned me in the song before that. It was like, tell Tiger, looking for this bitch called Blac Chyna. With 2 chains.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
So you two. So that's like showing.
That's like
respect
sis.
too.
Yeah, it's like sis, you know?
That like, man, I can't even imagine. Like, you just listening to a Nicki record. And her
then, like,
first bar is like, I got the black Lamborghini just to race with Chyna. Did you know right away she was speaking about you?
Of course. But you know what? It makes sense, though. Like, in her raps, everything that she says is, like, truthful. You know what I mean? Like, as far as, like, because I'm, like, into cars. I love cars. Like, that's, like, my thing. Like, some girls might, like, love, like, bags and shoes and certain things. Like, I just love cars.
Interesting.
I'm a car girl.
So she was keeping it real. Like, you guys really be racing cars. Does that ever happen? Like, you and Nicki at the light looking at each other?
I mean, I would, but we might get in trouble, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be safe.
We don't want to get locked up or hurt.
There, right?
Yeah, we both do.
Well, I got to give you a gift. I do this in all my interviews. I give every artist I interview an album from my collection. I knew an album I was going to give you.
You have an album? Wait, is it you?
I wanted to give you the Lil Kim
Let's go.
Hardcore. You know what I mean? That crush on you.
Is it pink CD? Is it pink? Is it... Listen, I grew up on this. Like, my mom, like, Lil Kim fan, like, all the way down. Like, you know, I'm from D.C., so...
Yeah.
Oh,
I wanted to give that to you. That is yours to keep. That was.
Okay.
I knew when I was gonna interview you what album I was giving you. I knew it was that hardcore Lil Kim, Crush on You. Fun fact: the version of Crush on You on that album, she's not on because she was pregnant and she was going through like not post-pregnancy depression, but like the end of pregnancy depression.
Really?
So she never jumped on the song till after the album came out. Then she did her verse. So. A
little fun fact.
Let's talk about your music.
Okay.
You have an array, like an assortment of records, and they're all really dope and they're all really different.
Right.
So I'm gonna point out some of my favorites.
Okay.
My Word.
My Word.
So dope that you brought that Keek to Sneak like flow, that beat back, and you brought Keek on it.
Yeah, of course.
So fucking dope.
So, like, my thing is, like, I feel like with samples and things like that, like, we have people that, like, pave the way. And it's, like, one thing for you to, like, take the sample and, like, go through, like, the process and all of that. But I just think, like, in a cooler, doper way, it's, like, to, like, have that artist, like, come back on it and revisit it. Because these songs is, like, hits and these songs is, like, going to, like, live forever. So for you to revisit it with, like, the new generation or people that just don't even know or maybe unfamiliar is just like a dope thing. Hopefully, like one day, like somebody might, you know, sample my stuff and I'd be like, yeah, I was that girl.
Well, you know what one is sampleable? Hollywood. I'm about to say Halloween. Hollywood is, and it's so different than My Word. Hollywood reminds me of like a Doja Cat, like Say So kind of vibe. Real instrumentally poppy.
Yeah, just vibey.
So different.
Just like drop the top, let the windows down.
And then you and Desiigner on Thick. Oh my God. You and Desiigner are like you guys are like a Penny and Shaq. I don't know if you get that reference.
I like it. Yeah.
Y'all are really dope together. Those are definitely the three. Oh, and Seeing Her.
Wait, he loves all of them. You know
you flipped the Eazy-E sample on Seeing Her.
Yeah, the Eazy.
There once was a So I could tell that you really fuck with music. Like it's been a big part of your life.
I love music. Like, you know what? Like, you can really like music could like change your mood, like change your demeanor. It could bring you up, it could bring you down, it could bring you like happiness. It just like depends. It's just something I've always been into, and like especially like being in the entertainment business. It's just something that always will live like forever.
Absolutely.
It'll never like just die out, you know.
Now, was there one moment where you said that like made you make the decision, I'm gonna be an artist?
No, I just was like, you know what, I want to figure out a different way to like express like how I feel. Other than like, okay, taking pictures, that's like one way, and like film is different, but it's just like, okay, this is just me, and I can say whatever I want, you know what I mean, even if you like the song or if you don't like the song, you know, but this is me and this is Blac Chyna and that's what I'm gonna do.
And I am a believer. I'll tell you what, like if Blac Chyna's music was on the stock market, I'd be investing right now. Ooh. Because you're dedicating a lot to your art. I could tell. Since you began, it's only been about 4 years. You've linked up with great producers, great artists. You've created these dope collaborations, and I really respect it because you don't have to. You could just take your money and chill, but you're giving to the art.
Yeah, you know, I started out in 2017, and then even when I was like meeting up with people, like the first question was like, "Hey, yo, Chyna, you serious about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "No, like, are you really serious? Like, would you be really dedicated? Are you going to be dedicated to like doing music?" And I'm like, "Yes." You know, and this was in 2017. I just started releasing my music in 2020. So it just takes.
You've been waiting.
Yeah, it's just like a thing, because you have to like perfect like your craft. It's just not like, oh, do a song and you think because you Blac Chyna that people gonna like vibe with you in the music. Like the music industry is totally different from the modeling and then the acting and things like that. Like you just can't just walk in there and be like, oh yeah, I'm this person. Nah, you gotta literally like earn your respect, and people
Absolutely.
don't get that part. And and then also too, like music is not just, oh, you go in a booth, say some words and then that's it. Like it's a lot that comes with it. Like it's a whole lot more than what people think. You know what I mean?
You gotta carry an image up.
It's like the image and like the words and like the feel and the sound and the producers and like the vibe and the visuals to it.
Engineers.
The engineers,
like,
you know, the people that's gonna mix your music, the features that you're gonna like do your songs with, or if you choose not to do features, and just like all that. Can you like, okay, after you drop all these nice songs, but can you like perform? Like, will you not be scared to like jump in front of like the crowd and like own it and all these things? So with all those elements combined, like I feel like, you know, I'm in the right space right now.
Yeah, and I think
in the right place.
Exactly.
In the right space.
And
in the right
Dash
place.
is all about making sure we break the latest and greatest. You know, we had Billie Eilish's first interview here, Cardi B's first interview, Post Malone's first interview.
Yeah.
But I gotta bring up something that you take claim for that I actually think is true.
Okay.
You blew up Bodak Yellow.
Who told you that?
You told me that. I heard the interview. You said, if I'm correct, you had played her song in your IG before it had really blown up.
Right.
And, you know, just happens to be that it started to catch wind after
And
that.
it started catching wind. And, it'd be like that, though.
But that's dope. I think it's
dope.
dope.
I think it's really dope. You know what I mean? Because it's like most of the time, like when you start like really like believing in yourself or like manifesting and things like that, people naturally like gravitate to you, you know? So she put like her all into like her music, things like that, and like believed in herself. So once you start believing in yourself, people would naturally like gravitate to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Cardi will show that love back. I don't know if have you linked up with her, chopped it up with her about that ever?
You know, no, I haven't yet.
I feel like you two, it might be some drama. You two are both like loose cannons, like some ready to fucking.
I mean, you know, we're really sweet. I mean, if I had to like do like a judgment, because I've never like, you know, had like a sit down or anything with her, but I feel like just because we come from like the same background of us being dancers and things like that, you have to be like put this like front street on, you know what I mean? But it's like once you get to know that person, it's like, oh, no, this person's actually like really sweet.
No, and I feel like you just said the respect is there. You guys both had a similar story. You both got into the position now where you can provide for your kids.
And like family members and like staff and just all of that combined, you know, and it, being a boss and being a mom and like a friend, all of it is a lot. But if you could like just keep it up and have everything organized, like you'll be good.
Yeah.
So it's like the more that you be good, like to the people around you and to like your family in certain situations and showing like always like respect, you'll always become like go to like the next level like in your life, you know?
Absolutely.
And not being like nasty or like disrespectful and things like that. So you can be able to like not only bless like your family, but you know, like your friends and like your employees and things like that. And I must say it's not an easy thing, and it comes like it comes like with practice.
Yeah, well, you do a great job of it. I'm gonna tell you what. So anybody who doesn't know, anyone on the other side of the cameras watching this, you are such an incredible human being. You're like an angel. You're so like they painted you. I was so worried. I was like, Blac Chyna's gonna come in here and punch me in the eye.
No,
all day today. I was like, I'm gonna catch a jab.
No.
I was like, I'm ready to eat one right here.
No.
You are a sweetheart. Like you're honestly an incredible human being. Just for everybody who has a different thought, no, you are a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Now you showed me a new record, Maui.
I did.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
By the time this interview is out, Maui's going to be out.
It's
Video
gonna be
is
out.
super dope. So how did you and Desiigner initially start working together?
So my brother Molly, which is King's goddad, he
Molly
put
Mall, shout
Molly
out.
Molly Ma, my brother, and King's goddad. He actually put us together. We actually like did like more than 2 records, and we had to like weave out and see which ones is like the the best ones to like put out, and then as far as like the visuals and things. But the name of the song is called Maui.
Yes, I heard it. It's incredible.
Yeah, so
Beat's so catchy too.
it's so good. It's just sexy. And it's just like a feel good song. You want to like listen to music that just make you feel good.
Well, you and Desiigner have a great energy together. Great
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask. This was Lil Kim's debut. When can we expect the Blac Chyna debut? I know you've been doing singles.
You know what? I'm gonna continue putting out singles, just so, not even just for myself, but like for people to understand, like, hey, like I am serious about this, and it's just not like a one-time thing. So whenever I feel like I've got gained this fan base as far as like music wise, then I'll drop that. I'm not gonna like drop anything until like I have my separate fan base as far as like music, because I have like my fan base for like television, or like some people love me because I'm a good mom, and like because of hair and makeup and glam. But I want to build up my fan base for like my music, and I want them to know like, hey, I'm a serious artist, because a lot of people when they're going through things and things like that, and you might be attached to an artist and they just don't deliver, it just disappoints you. So I don't never want to be like a disappointment to like anybody that's like a fan of mine, especially like as far as like music goes.
I love that. You're taking the music real delicately.
Yeah.
You're making sure it's right.
Yeah, because you're like, dang, like I love this artist, but like what happened,
Well, I'll tell you what, the music's great. It's honestly, it's a lot better, not just because you're Blac Chyna, but just because anybody 3-4 years into making music, I don't expect a lot of them, but you are ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
I think Maui's going to do really good. I still think Seen Her and My Word are going to keep booming.
Yeah.
Both of them records are really dope. And for us hip-hop heads like me, the way you flip the Keek to Sneak, don't put that on, that's my word. But you did it and you threw him in the back.
We
And then
had
the way
to.
you did the Easy.
Yeah.
The Seen Her is so dope. So keep it up. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait. Here's what I'm going to predict. The haters are going to hate until they have to congratulate. Because
Yeah.
when Billboard takes notice, when Dash has you in rotation and people are
Yeah.
hearing you at the top of every hour, eventually people are going to be like, shit, I can't hate anymore. I fuck with Blac Chyna.
Yeah, and what I figured out with music is like everybody's not gonna like every song.
Yeah.
So even with me putting out music, I do have like more softer tones, or like more hype, or more like, okay, I just really want to get in my vibe. I
you
want to
have a
like
little bit
put
of
out
everything.
different like genres of like music, so it doesn't put me in a box. And I feel like a lot of times, like as an artist, and you have people in your ear to tell you, hey, I don't think you should make this type of song because this isn't like your market. Like my thing is, hey, guess what? This is like a free world.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna put whatever music that makes me feel good out, and then I think somebody or know that this person might vibe with it.
Yeah, and you put everything out.
Yeah,
Cash Only
we'll put it out.
is for the young kids with
Yeah.
Trippy. You did the Hollywood joint for like the pop fans who just
Right.
want that vibey shit.
Yeah.
For the real rap cats, you got My Word, you got Seen Her.
Right.
And then for the people who want to get hype in the club, you got Thick, you got
Thick,
Maui.
we got Maui.
You've done it all.
And I have some.
And Doom. Even Doom with Asian Doll.
Doom with Asian Doll. Like I have
Photoshop too, I can't forget.
Photoshop. Oh my gosh, look at me, you guys.
Yeah, I know it all. I was listening all day. If it wasn't
I
good,
know.
I would have played each song once and just,
And it was over.
I had it on repeat
Yeah.
all day.
I have like so much like in store for everybody as far as like the music goes.
We're super excited, Chyna.
I'm super excited too.
I want to thank you so much for coming on. This is your new home here at Dash.
I'm excited.
Be on the lookout for more, guys. Go listen to Photoshop, Maui. I recommend to go listen to Seen Her as well.
Seen Her,
My Word,
My
Doom,
Word, Doom.
Everything. Blac Chyna,
Everything.
thank you so much for everything you've given to the culture, to the fact that you're still grinding, for being such a great mother. And I look forward to the Blac Chyna debut album.
I know.
'Cause
Me too, you guys.
There's going to be a lot of young girls who, like you, how you looked up to this, are going to look
Yeah,
up
for
to
sure.
that.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, everybody. This was